The Ohio State Buckeyes have landed another running back with size, speed, and production, emerging player and blue chip running back from Delaware, Ohio, Favour Akih. He commits to Ohio State. This is Group Chat Sports. We cover recruiting, portal, coaching changes, transactions all across the country, big and small. Like and subscribe to this show. I'm here at Hocking Hill, so you know we're talking Ohio State football. Let's get into it here with Favour Akih. Really interesting profile for this guy. Looking at the specs, 6 foot, 190 pounds, 10,900 meter in, or said, sorry, 10,9 time in the 100 meters. For comparison, Travion Henderson was a 10.94 in the 100 meters at a similar size. I know he's listed at 190. I think he is closer to 200 pounds. When you just look at him, long arms, lanky guy, big frame, just somebody with a lot of growth potential. And like I said, when you just project to freshman year, he's going to probably be over 200 pounds. Chose Ohio State over USC and Miami. Number 14 ranked running back in the country, number 8 player overall in Ohio, number 166 overall in the country, all on the 247 composite. You look at the stats, only played 9 games due to injury, but 1,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, 1,900 all-purpose. So the production is there. And let's look at the film, see why people are excited about this young man. I think, again, it all boils down to the strength and the straight line speed. See here, I mean, look, not a lot of wiggle, but a guy who can break tackles. You see the stiff arm, and then boom, turns on the jets, and that's that 100-meter speed. We remember how fast Travion Henderson is. Obviously, the skill set that allowed him to get drafted where he was in the second round. This guy has more pure speed just from a track standpoint. Play speed is going to be different, but just from a track speed, Favour Akih has the edge there. And you see it, just the picture on the right here, that's that lanky body type, which is going to continue to put on weight in Ohio State's premier strength and conditioning program. See, just straight to the sideline, straight up field, not a cut to be seen, and it still ends up in the end zone. That's his game. Look at some of his quotes. This is a guy who was in Ohio State for the national championship celebration after they won it this past January. He was at the Ohio State-Nebraska game. Just a lot of ties to the local school. Said the coaches are great. Facilities are great. Ohio State's been my dream school. You see the brotherhood there. Also told on 3. Staying home was the biggest selling factor for me with Ohio State. Every single day at school, I see at least 3 people wearing Ohio State gear, so I know it's bigger than football. Being able to showcase my talent on the big stage in my hometown. I live really close to the stadium, so my parents will be able to see my games. Again, kind of classic selling point. But this was interesting. Talking about Coach Lachlan, who had his first year at Ohio State as running back coach. Pretty successful year, winning a championship, producing 2 second-round picks. He said, when I sat in the running back room with Coach, everything was very simple and made sense. Coach Lachlan gave me tools to add to my game. He showed me my strengths and weaknesses. He is the only college coach that has ever realized that I'm right-hand dominant. That was pretty interesting to hear. So the details are important. They stood out. Coach Locke has turned 1 stars and 3 stars into NFL greats. Just pretty good. 4 stars too, like the guys we mentioned. But I guess 5-star in the case of Travion Henderson. But he said, one of the biggest reasons I chose Ohio State is their development. They pride themselves on getting better every day. Relationships are something else. I have great trust in Coach Day, Coach Locke. So I trust they will help me get to the next level. I'll be playing with the best, competing with the national champs and future Heisman winners. So there's no better fit than Ohio State. I wonder who the future Heisman winner is. If he's talking about Jeremiah Smith, maybe Julian Sain, any one of these other guys. But if you're Ohio State, look, obviously you just had not just a championship season, but probably the best 1-2 punch in Ohio State. And I can't remember how long. That's some elite backs when you talk about Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just in recent years. But as far as a 1-2 punch, hard to beat that. So you're trying to stack. You want to repeat that, or at least try to, because it's going to be hard. You stack as much talent as you can. And this is just one piece of the puzzle. You look at last year's recruiting class, 3 running backs signed in Coach Lachlan's first year. Bo Jackson, not that Bo Jackson, but a very talented Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, and Anthony Rogers. So you land 3 running backs in that first class, and now you already add to it with Favour Akih. They're still after guys like Derek Cooper, a very talented back out of South Florida, and more. Added C.J. Donaldson in the portal, so they should be able to run the ball this year. But long term, if there's a guy like, if this guy puts it all together, again, I think right now he has present talent, but let's say it just really, really clicks for him. He's 210 pounds, running 4.4, and running with toughness and physicality. There's him jumping over guys. I mean, you're going to be kicking yourself if this guy gets out of Ohio. And look, as good as Ohio State recruits, you still saw them go in the portal this year and get a CJ Donaldson from South Florida, now playing at West Virginia, or now playing at Ohio State, but going from Miami and high school to West Virginia, now at Ohio State. So if you have to get these kind of guys out the portal with really no ties to you, that means, there's holes in the high school recruiting. And this is Ohio State. This is the best high school recruiting there is. So the only way to avoid having to pay for guys like that is to develop internally with players like Favour Akih, who's going to be complemented, of course, by the 3 names I mentioned. So stack talent, see who rises to the top, and maybe you don't have to go in the portal again. You don't want to be, portal. Look, there's obviously a place for it. Look at Caleb Downs and some of and just look at all the players Ohio State got last year that were impactful. But you don't want to be forced to be in there. And I think that's why you want guys like this to develop. So great pickup for Ohio State. Great fit in what they're trying to do. You love the size and speed. Like I said, faster than TreVeyon Henderson, maybe even bigger than him when it's all said and done. Big time local pickup. Love the way this guy gets north and south. Stay tuned to Group Chat Sports. Like and subscribe. We will cover Ohio State. Every single move they make, you will see it here on Group Chat Sports.